Hello there, and welcome back to this domino scoring tool video. So this will be part 3 of the scoring tool video. Basically, this is another update to the tool. So currently we have that the scores will be output into the terminal, and then it will be written to a file with the corresponding date. And the update is basically it will, take your winning text, all of the players, what place, and then what score, the name of the person, and then what score they had at the end. Basically using a text to speech package. It is called a gtts for Python. Yeah, so let's get started. Uh, Firstly, uh, I have disabled the printing to the file. Basically, we have a couple of entries for that one, so I don't want to duplicate or kind of mess around with that file. So this is only going to test the functionality of the speech of the audio. So first thing we're going to do is do our import statement. So we're going to do from gtts import star. So then that will get us our package. And basically, the winners were all from, like, for example, if there's 5 players, it'd be first to fifth place. But in this case, we want to make sure that the order that gets spoken, it goes from the last and then up to the first place. So we are just going to kind of duplicate this line of code, and the only difference is going to be that the reverse equals false. So that, it goes in ascending order versus descending order. So we'll call that variable speaking order. Sorted. So same code. Then I'm going to do reverse false. And then we're going to set up what we want to say at the end. So we're going to say text to say. I'm going to do a blank string here. And then we need to know, also we need to know like what place that that needs to be announced. So we have place equals num. We already have that integer available to us. Okay. So now we're going to go in here and iterate through all of all of our spaces, um places. So we are going to go for loop, do audio winner, name it something different than the other for loops. Okay. So firstly is going to be our points section equals audio winner at 0. So that is like the key is going to be the points. And then the winner is going to be, and we have to also take into account if there are any ties. So if there are any ties, we had something where we put a comma in between the names. So we can just use the split command on the comma to get that. Basically, if we look back up here, we have like this comma with a space. You can just split on that, and then we get the particular names that are in the tie. Okay, and then um, we need to also take into account if there are any ties that the place needs to be accounted for. So say there was two people that were actually in fifth. The kind of logic will be that there's two, right? So you do 5 - 2 uh plus 1. That will be actually those two people will be in fourth place. And then then you'd minus 1 from that when you go up to repeat the other iteration of the for loop. So that's just a little bit of the logic with the ties. It's all based on the length of how many people are tied together. If there's one person in that place, you do 5 - 1, which is the length, and then you do plus 1. So 5 - 1 plus 1 will just give you your fifth place, right? So there is one unique person in fifth place. So we're gonna do subtract value equals the length of the winner section minus 1. So this is ultimately going to be just minus from the place that you are at. So we do place subtract value. And there's another thing. So when we have to take the text to speech, you have to make sure that the place, the kind of suffix of the place, has to be correct based on the number. So first was going to be st, second is nd, uh, third is rd, and then fourth through ninth, or 10th even, is going to just be th. So this is just a little bit of logic to get the right suffix. So if place not equal to 1, we're going to have some special text for the winner, just a little bit, kind of make it more interesting as compared to the other places. But basically the logic should be that if place equals 2, then we can do place tower equals MD second. And then place equals 3. And then equals TH as normal, right? And now we have to basically take into account all of the ties and build up the text that we want to turn into audio. So we're gonna just do 4K in the range of length of the winner section. Um, we are going to basically add uh, each, each of the winners. Okay. Then add an empty space. And then the number of ands are going to be the same as our subtract value, right? So what we're going to do, since we already kind of taken into account the subtract value, we can just, use that variable again as kind of repurpose it as the number of ands that should be said. So we'll do subtract value. We're gonna go until it's um not equal to zero. Once it's zero, you don't need to do any more ands. If there's a tie between two people, the subtract value is going to be one, and then it's going to look at this as one is not equal to zero, and then it's going to add an and then subtract one from that one, which is going to be zero next time it goes through the for loop. But then this logic will not execute. So I'm going to do text to say. And then we can get rid, subtract value. And then we're going to say text to say. We'll do something like came in the place, right? They came in and then the place power, right? Like third or fourth, fifth. This will add the suffix on it. Place with, and then we have to add the points. Points section. And points. Then do a comma and then a space, and then this will this will go and it will do the for loop again and for the next place basically. So this is the case where everything besides first place, but we want to make sure that the text is a little bit different if it's a if you're in first place, right? So all we're going to add in here is and big ups to, and we're going to do 4L in range. We're going to do the same identical uh, for loop, basically. And let's see. We'll do if uh, basically we're going to do the winning text. Should be winning text. Winning text is equals winner section at L plus, and then we have to take into account if there's going to be any ties, right? Not zero. So identical code. Winning text. Yeah, we can just add it to the winner's name, right? Winning text. And then we'll do subtract minus one. And then here, we're going to do text to say winning text plus, and then we can say who came in first place with And then just make sure you have everything in string format so you don't get any errors when you run your code. Um, and then points. Okay. And then the last thing you need to do for any situation, if you're in first or not, is to decrement the place that you are at. Okay. So now we're going to actually just set up the code so that it will um, say the information that we, gathered up into a text format. So firstly, we're going to do just some setup work. So language equals en. My object equals gtts, capital S. Text is going to be text to say. Lang equals language. TLD equals code. We're going to do like a British accent for this one. And then we're gonna make sure that it's it's said in kind of a um slow pace so that everyone will hear it. And then you can save this file onto your like directory that this Python script is running on. And then just have to make sure like you just have to check with your system like what you have downloaded so you can be able to run it in your terminal. So in this case, we're just going to do AF play because that is what is available. And and then we want to give the a user the option to repeat what was said, just in case that anybody missed a name or how many points, or just want to like listen to it again just to make sure they got the points correct. So we're gonna give them the option, right? I'm gonna say repeat places, yes or no, right? And and then you can ask it however many times you want. So I'm gonna just do a little for loop here. Not not equal to no, right? Then we're going to just repeat. I'm just gonna take this one, right? I'm gonna repeat this here. And right. And then we'll do repeat audio. It's going to be the same input, right? Repeat. And then yes and no. Okay. So this is the code that is required to make sure that we have some audio available. And now I already have a kind of terminal open. Um, so we can kind of, it's already pointed to the directory. So all we just need to do is run our script again. And then we'll just go through a simulation of a game and then just observe the audio at the end. So just do this one. Today's date is Sunday, June 30th, 2024. 5 players. We're going to do Wallace, Gromit, Frodo, Gandalf, and Aragorn. Yeah, so then we're just gonna do a little bit, you know, um, kind of just random numbers here. Um, let's see. This is just a little simulation here, so just to kind of get some variability. Fifty-five, 0, 60, 65, 60, 60, 0, 55, and then 60, 70, 75, 0, and 80, 0, 85, 90, 0, and 90 again, 85, 0, 85, 90, 0, 100, 100, 0, 100, and then 0, 0, 105, 0, and then 110. Okay. And then we're going to just do, everybody did pretty well. They used up all their pieces, so everybody gets zeros at the end.
Gandalf came in 5th place with 250 points. Wallace came in 4th place with 350 points. Gromit came in 3rd place with 415 points. Frodo came in 2nd place with 560 points. And big ups to Aragorn, who came in 1st place with 675 points.
Yeah. And then that's the audio. It went from the last place all the way to the first place. In this case, everybody, there was no ties. Um, and I'm just gonna hit the yes just to check that functionality that it does repeat that audio. Um, so I'll just hear it one more time.
Gandalf came in 5th place with 250 points. Wallace came in 4th place with 350 points. Gromit came in 3rd place with 415 points. Frodo came in 2nd place with 560 points. And big ups to Aragorn, who came in 1st place with 675 points.
Yep. And then we can just end it. I'll say no. And then we're back to our uh, directory. Hope you found this helpful. A little bit more on the gtts package. So this is a little bit more towards the automation. But basically, when you're done with the game, you don't have to kind of look at the scores anymore. It's just kind of it's already pre-recorded. Everybody, it goes from the last place all the way to the first place, and it has kind of the UK accent. Thank you, and see you in the next video.